The best person that you can be in your business and creating the kind of strategy, creativity, innovation, and revenue that you want. But first you must learn how to lead from within. First you must check into your heart.
And having to look success in the face and figuring out how to respond to that. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. As you know from my story, that I had success. You know, I was on the borderline of success. And then what I did was I jeopardized it. I had an opportunity to have a one-woman show in New York, and my work was going to be shown. And what I did was I slashed 17 paintings the night before I was supposed to have, supposed to come back to New York and have my show. Now
Wow.
You might be asking, what do you do? The truth is, I wasn't ready for success. I was ashamed about who I was. I was scared that people would know that I was homeless and orphaned. I was scared that you would see my pain and my agony on my canvases, and I wasn't prepared. And what I did do was, I did come back to New York, and I knew that I had to work on myself in order so when success came knocking on the door again, because if you can do it once, you can do it again. What do you do and how do you show up? And so, as I always say to my clients, you have those courageous conversations with yourself. What is it that you want to do? Why is it that you want to do it? And then really work on yourself with determination, discipline, sacrifice, and perseverance. And if you do that religiously, if you show up that way in your life, success will come knocking on the door again, but you will be a different person when it does.
Wow, fantastic. As a successful speaker and coach and entrepreneur, I know that you were voted one of the people to watch by the Huffington Post this past year. In July, you told me that your Twitter list was 50,000, and as of today, it's 120,000?
100,000, or more than 100,000 followers.
Can you talk to us about how you made that happen?
Absolutely. I'm very, very conscious of how I show up on Twitter. I use Twitter as a way to help others. Every single morning I have a topic that I talk about. It can be about leadership, it can be about communication, it can be about self-improvement, and every single morning I tweet around 7 to 12 tweets on that topic. And I get responses. In my DM message, that's your private messages, I usually get messages like, Lolly, that's exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you. It's like you're speaking to me. And in July, I think I was 50,000. Today, I'm 101,000 followers. And the reason is because I connect, I care, and I really help people when they DM me and say, Lolly, what do you think I should do in my business? I actually answer them. I actually guide them. I take it very seriously. If someone takes themselves seriously, I take them seriously. And so by giving, I'm getting an enormous amount back.
Great. So speaking of that, can you talk to me a little bit about how Twitter or social media has changed or altered your business?
It used to be that my business was going out to a client, speaking, workshops. I was traveling every 3 weeks and giving workshops. Today, in the past 2 years, my business has completely changed. 95% of my business comes from Twitter. And interestingly enough, you can have a 7-figure business by being on Twitter. Because what happens is that when you have a client and you're able to have results, right? Then they tell the other person, they go, oh, you weren't here 6 months ago, you weren't here 8 months ago. How did you get that quickly from where you wanted to be or where you are to where you want to be? And then they go, well, I'm working with, my success coach, Lolly Daskal, and it's a word of mouth, and it's been amazing. I'm doing a lot of stealth work, meaning that the people that I work with don't want other people to know that I'm working with someone in Hollywood, some entertainers, some music, some real estate, some really interesting clients. Okay. I'm very proud of them. They're learning all how to lead from within, number one, and then they're learning how to be leaders in their business and how to show up every single day in their business as a leader. It's really wonderful.
That's great.
Come on, Carla.
Just one last question. What advice would you give to an entrepreneur who has done the work and wants to lead a hard heart-centered or start a heart-centered business and just doesn't know where to start, what would you suggest for them?
Actually, it's in your words, exactly what you said. Where do you start? In the heart. That's where you start. It's tapping into what is it that you really want and who you really are. Not what anybody tells you that you are. Not what your mother, your husband, your partner, your children, what everybody has expectations about who you can be. But the truth is, who are you really? What is it that you love? Even if it's, someone wanted you to be a doctor, but you really want to be that baker. Like I have a little company called Lolly Cookies. I love, and actually it has inspirational messages. I love to bake.
I don't think I knew about that.
No, but you know what? That's why I'm so much more than what this little cookie cutter is. People say, your niche, your niche, your niche. Your niche is your heart. What is your passion? What is it that you want to do? Go out and do that. Do it to the best of your ability in this way. Being of service to others. When you are of service to others, it comes back in tenfold. That's how I show up every single morning. Who can I help today? How can I help them? What can I make a difference in their lives? And by doing that with others, your life changes. So that's my motto, that's my gestalt of how I show up every single morning.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And
Thank you.
we're so excited that you were here with us.
And just by the way, it's an honor to be sitting here with you because I am a very big fan of yours too. So thank you, Carla.
Thank you.
Thank you.